welcome. Welcome. This is Nuno's Presser, where we look at Tottenham's Nuno Espirito Santos press conference. Um, yeah, and he's just been asked about the injuries and he was asked the first question he was asked about the players that are injured, injury news for the game on tomorrow against Man U. Basically, what he said was said something about Brian Kale, Graham, Brian Hale being the only one it seems that's not going to be able to make it, and he says they're looking at him for the weekend for Saturday. He said they're looking at him for Saturday, looking at his fitness to see how he's doing. And then he was asked about who else? I think he was asked about um yeah, okay, let's just continue. Yeah, so he was asked about the squad. He was asked about some players, and he said basically the whole idea is to make sure all the talent in the squad is used properly, and that every player basically is every player basically is accounted. They need every player basically, and they need every player to play. And he was saying something like basically they need every player to play, and that he he believed in the squad. Yeah, he was asked about the game against Man U tomorrow. Saying no, he was asked about the defeat last week against West Ham, and basically what he said was, "Sorry about this. Apologies about my chair squeaking." What he said about that was the defeat against West Ham last week. He was just saying that basically what it shows is that it's a competition. The league is very competitive, and that tomorrow they're going to meet another very tough, strong team in Manchester United. Yeah, so that's what he just alluded to, and like everybody knows, man, the league is tough, man. You can't just, there are no passengers in this league, man. You can't think, you could just stroll up and do whatever you want. You get found out. Let's continue. Listen to Nuno. Yeah, so yeah, he just basically emphasizing the fact, was asked firstly about the game. He was asked about I was asked about the game against Manchester United, and then he basically just said, "Yeah, there's gonna be it's a tough team. There's gonna be a tough game tomorrow, and they're just concentrating on the game tomorrow. It's gonna be a very tough game against Manchester United." Basically, just saying, like what he's basically just the question are coming in different forms. They're just repeating the same thing. The second one was I was asked about Ole. That Ole is only under pressure, and he said every single manager is under pressure. Uh, and basically just saying if you lose a game, you're going to be under pressure. Then he was asked about the United, the way United, the form that United are in right now, defensively, that they're shipping goals, and he said, "Is there a chance for Harry Kane to come in?" And basically, yeah, they're counting on every single player to come in and give help the team to get the victory tomorrow.
Thank you, Jeremy. Thanks, Jeremy. Vicky Sparks, please. Hi there, good to see you. Lovely. You mentioned aspects of the game there. In particular, can you pick out one aspect that you feel has been improving and one that you're particularly focused on improving? Possession. I think we've been able to increase our moment with the ball, and we need to improve when we have the ball in the final third to create better lines, better combinations, with goals and chances and shots and crosses. But we are improving considering on our being more compact and close to each other. So the possession has been good in terms of defensive aspects. Also, we've been solid. We have to keep set pieces that really causes a problem. In the Premier League game against West Ham, we improved against Burnley. You can see the defensive spot on. So Vicky, this is our work. Sometimes we improve some things don't go so well, and we go again.
Yeah, so yeah, it was asked about a good question. It was asked about what aspect of the game has Tottenham improved on, and what aspect does he think that the team should improve on? And he said, yeah, he said basically he said the team has improved a lot in terms of possession, which was noticed in the West Ham and Burnley game. I don't what the West Ham fans might say whatever that okay, yeah, they won the game, but at the end of the day, if you look at the possession, one of the players even said it. Declan Rice said it that he was impressed that they wanted to press Tottenham, but they couldn't press Tottenham. I don't know what they found it really difficult to get the press on, and then they had to revert back and play in a low block. And that's what the manager was saying that they've improved that. He said in terms of set pieces, that there's some aspect of set pieces they have to improve on. They considered a goal against West Ham, against Burnley, they improved on that. And he just said it was just saying basically sometimes some stuff are improved, and the other side sometimes you are the not at the detriment of the other thing, but sometimes stuff improve and then you have to work on other stuff as well. And basically that's just what he said. Let's just take one more question and then
Because we want to be better team. And just one more from me, obviously mentioning the pressure on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. As a manager, how do you deal with that sort of pressure, particularly when the voices around become so loud? Because me myself, I take my own routine. I focus on what I have to focus on. My focus is on what I can control and what I can impact. It's on the players, it's on the squad, what to do. It's on the players when we got together. We all spend two training ground. This is where you have to focus. And if you focus on that, that will go to your home also because you keep thinking what I should do the next day.
yeah, it was asked about another question about how does he cope with the pressure and everything of being a manager, and he said basically he just focused on what he needs to do. That he doesn't really let the pressure get to him because he keeps his mind busy. Yeah, he's always focusing on what do we need to do to improve the team. So basically, he's just saying that he's always keeping his mind busy instead of worrying about all this. negative voices out there. He just makes sure that he has something to do to improve the team every single day. And I think that's a very good attitude to have. He's very, as a manager, man. I think he's a good manager. People saying he's not a good manager. I'm saying that now is a lie. You're not gonna take Wolves the first 2 seasons in the Premier League, the way they were competing in that league, the first 2 seasons when they came up. You're not gonna tell me a bad manager can do that. He's a good manager. He might not be one of the elites out there, or one of the the managers that have won a lot of trophy, but he's a good manager. And he needs. I just believe that he just needs time. The squad has to gel. He needs time. He needs at least another window. He's another window. Then maybe next season you start seeing what he's trying to build. I think that's just the way it is. It's all doom and gloom now in terms of Tottenham. Most of the fans are saying it's boring, the football is boring, but you gotta give this guy, you gotta give the manager time. We keep judging all these managers, judging them, you know, from based on Pochettino. And people forget that Pochettino, it took him a whole season or 2 seasons before he got to where he was then. So we don't want to remember like all the sacrifices, but we want to remember, we just want to focus on the good, on the end result. And that's the way life is sometimes. I think sometimes people don't want to see the struggles. They don't want to know about the struggles. They just want to know, okay, this is, we want to know about it when you are making it, and when the things are good. That's when people want to shout. And this is gonna be, it's gonna take time for Tottenham. I just believe it's gonna take time. That's what I believe in anyway. So, uh, you know, it definitely needs time to work to get get his ideas across, and it needs players as well. So yeah, so that's it. That's the press conference from Nuno Espirito Santos. Santo, uh, looking at the game tomorrow against Manchester United at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Make sure you join us for that one tomorrow, 5 p.m., 5:30 kickoff, I think it is. And yeah, subscribe, like, share, and then I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.
Steve Ron and the banger.